Hey guys, this is Paul. Welcome to 5 at 9. Um, I'm super excited today to be able to get into this. Today we're going to be talking about eternity. And when I was first asked this, I was kind of shocked. Personally, I think this is one of the harder concepts to grasp, mainly because I think it's fair to say impossible to grasp this concept because eternity goes on forever. All we ever know is things that are finite, right? They have a beginning, they have an end, and that's all we know, including our own lives, right? Has a beginning and has an end. We know time. That's what we know. That's what we're good at. That's what we function based off. We wake up in the morning. We have our 24 hours in a day. We have our 365 days in a year, and we know time, right? And now the Bible brings up a topic of eternity, something that I think we need to grasp, and I think that it is important to speak on. One of the cool things about God is that He's had no beginning, right? And He will have no end. He is outside of time, He is eternal. And that is actually how He created our souls as well, to be eternal, to last forever. Actually, if you want to get technical, that's how He created the world. It was to last forever. And then sin entered. And as a result of sin, death comes. So now we have a beginning and we have an end. Um, but so we're going to be getting into two things today that I kind of want to talk about in light of eternity. One, yourself, and two, others. Let's start with yourself. Um, Francis Chan uses this illustration of a rope. Okay, imagine it 100,000, however many feet long that you want. Okay, just goes super far to the left, super far to the right. Okay, somewhere near the beginning, I don't want to say beginning because then that would kind of ruin the point, but near the beginning, put a little piece of red tape. Okay, it's probably going to end up being about an inch wide, and the rope goes for just hundreds of thousands of feet. Okay, you can't see the end of it. And this little piece of tape that you use, let's say it represents your life. Let's say it represents 80 years. What you do in that 80 years will determine, it will determine where you spend the rest of eternity. Okay, and guys, this is really important because a lot of things, a lot of religions nowadays talk about second chances. They talk about, oh, after death you can do this, or you can reincarnate, or all these different things. People can pray for you, then maybe God will forgive you once you're already dead. Guys, we get this life, and that will determine eternity. Okay, and what passage I kind of want to bring up is Matthew 7. And this is Matthew 7, starting in verse 21. It says, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, 'Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name? And in your name did we not drive out demons? And in your name perform many miracles?' Then I will tell them plainly, 'I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers.'" Guys, why I use this passage is because it is so important that we get to know Jesus on a personal level. Guys, what he's saying to them is, you will not spend eternity with me because I don't know you. Guys, the whole point of doing these 5 at 9 sessions is to dive in deeper with God. It's to get closer with God so that we can pour our heart out to him and we can learn from him too by reading the word. Guys, that's the whole point. And even after these 5 at 9 sessions, after they stop, that we get in our word daily, that we get to know God and that we get to know him personally and that he would know us. See, it goes both ways. Like, let's take Michael Jordan, for example. We can know all about Michael Jordan. We can know the people who we play with. We can know what team he was on. We can know how many championships he's won. We can know all of his stats. We can know all that, right? We can know everything about Michael Jordan. But if someone were to ask him, "Hey, do you know so-and-so?" He's going to be like, "Who's that?" Guys, it's the same thing with God. Don't fool yourselves by going to church all the time, by going to youth group all the time, and by learning all this stuff about God. Guys, get into the word and fall in love with God. No judgment if you haven't been doing that. It's just you're missing out on a greater joy. right? And this is what we're talking about in eternity, doing things in light of eternity, doing things now in light of eternity. Okay, and so to move on, because of time, others. Guys, how you treat others has a lasting impact. Okay, it is not the end all be all, no, but will it have an impact? Yes. And Jesus calls us to love one another. Okay, and he also calls us to forgive one another. So maybe I'm just going to say those two things, and maybe that's meant to be for someone. You either need to be loving someone today, and that can come through many different actions like service, words, regardless of what that comes in. We need to love others. Okay, that is, we are called by Christ to love others. And secondly, we need to forgive. Okay, so just to wrap things up because of time, just keep those two things in mind. Dive into the Word, get to know God, let Him know you personally, and love others and forgive others. All right, guys, have a good day.